A super-powered mind, a mechanical canine. That didn't even sound like a fucking dog. That was more like a chicken. What's up, guys? I'm DK Wrestler, and this is a brand new edition of This Week in Funko News, where I bring the latest news as terms to the Funko world this past week. And if you end up enjoying this type of content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. But nonetheless, let's kick off this video. We're going to be kicking off by talking about the Fanatics exclusive LA Night. Yeah, and even though this was announced last week rather than this week, last Friday I was at Toronto Comic-Con doing a Funko Pop Hunt video, which you guys should definitely check out. So I recorded last week's episode on Thursday rather than a Friday, which is why I'm talking about it in this video. But I do think that the way that this LA Night pop, in my opinion, does look better than the common we had gotten in the newer wave of WWE pops. And speaking of things that were announced while I was at Toronto Comic-Con, was the Teen Titans Go Series 2 Funko NFT set that's going to be releasing now this upcoming Tuesday. Which overall, I do think this set is okay. I'll get more descriptive of what I think of each character when we do a video. Gabriel Iglesias will be doing a signing at Funko HQ on March 23rd. Not surprised that this is actually a thing, considering that Fluffy always does collaborations with Funko. Just look at the amount of pops that he has already. And also, isn't it weird if you actually notice, because I just noticed this now, it says March 23rd, 2024. So whoever made this clearly forgot that we're in 2025 now. But now, kicking off the announcements for this specific week, we have ourselves a Dick's Sporting Good exclusive Joe Burrow for the NFL lineup. And honestly, the only way that I know that this is a Dick's Sporting Good exclusive is because of the description provided by disc trackers, because otherwise I wouldn't know, because of these stupid fucking QR code stickers that they're putting on every single Funko Pop now. So you don't exactly know, unless you get a Funko Shop exclusive for the most part, where these pops are actually going to be exclusive. Almost every single exclusive is going to have that damn sticker from now on. Funko had announced a Spring Mystery Vault box where it will cost 30 USD, and 1 out of 250 boxes will include a proto. Like I had mentioned with, I believe it was last week's video, with the whole pay $5 for a mystery item from Funko or 10 from a Loungefly item, that it's probably going to be items for the most part that can't sell on the Funko site. Barnes & Noble had announced their own exclusive pop of Moshi, I don't know if I'm saying that right, for Where the Wild Things Are, which this is pretty cool that we're getting more Where the Wild Things Are pops, and I do respect the fact that Barnes & Noble has a brand new sticker, which we saw with the last Where the Wild Things Are pop. I like that better than the old sticker where you left so much space on the bottom half of the sticker. Funko had announced a new pop for One Piece of Emporio, which also has a 1 in 6 chase. Now, although I never really have anything bad to say about One Piece because they're all pretty detailed, I feel the common for this pop looks much better than the chase. We got ourselves a pop rides for House of the Dragon with Aegon Targaryen with Sunfire. I feel like whenever I see House of the Dragon or Game of Thrones pops, that the best pops in the sets are the ones that involve the dragons, whether they are pop rides or the dragon themselves. So I do think this is pretty decent. We got ourselves a set of Mickey and Friends pops with Daisy and Minnie Mouse, along with Funko Pop pins of various retro toys. Now, I don't really know how I feel about Funko Pop pins in this form, but I do think that the actual Funko Pops of Daisy and Minnie Mouse do look pretty decent, but not really my cup of tea. We got ourselves the first wave of Jimmy Neutron pops with a new version of Jimmy Neutron, along with the first pops of Carl and Sheen. Now, this is an excellent set, and of course that's where I alluded to with the intro of this video. The Jimmy Neutron actually is better than the original one, considering it does have a mouth on the pop. The Carl is absolutely perfect with the way that they pulled off the molding, and the Sheen is absolutely amazing with the fact that there is a mouth. A lot of people did complain about the Kim Possible pops not having mouths on them, but this is a set where if I look at these and they didn't have mouths, I would be in that same boat of complaining explaining of why do these not have mouths. Yes, Funko Pops don't have mouths for the most part, but there are certain characters that I feel deserve to have mouths, or else it doesn't really execute the character properly. We got ourselves a new set of Sopranos Pops, including a 2-pack, along with a glitter Michael Jackson for the Rocks lineup. Now, overall, these are pretty cool, especially the new set of Sopranos Pops. The 2-pack looks really cool with the scarring effects on both of the characters. And then the Michael Jackson Pop, I guess, is pretty decent. And as you may know, there is the glitter sticker now a part of the box instead of actually being a sticker. And we got ourselves some more television Pops with the first sets of Pops for both Suits and Superstore. Now, I don't know too much about the TV show Suits, but I know people have been wanting Pops for this for a while, but seeing Superstore Pops is really awesome considering I did thoroughly enjoy that show. The one gripe I have is, why isn't there a Jonah Pop involved with this set? It's weird to have literally the main character of the show not be involved in the first set. And once again, continuing with more Pops for the television lineup with the 2-pack from Psych and the first set of Pops for the TV series Dexter. Now, I remember people have been wanting Dexter Pops for such a long time. And I will say that my favorite Pop out of this entire set is the bloody exclusive Pop. And I feel like if you're going to get one Pop from Dexter, it's gotta be that bloody exclusive. Drop had announced more updates about the Season 1 arcade that begins on March 26th. And they talk about what you can convert and what you can't convert. It shows off once again how many points you get per different rarity of card or item. Plus it shows off the redeemables for Season 1 to 3 of the Freddy Funko as Drop Monster redeemables you could get if you were in the top 333. Now, there were a few people that asked me about the whole Drop Arcade and how I can go in a little bit of description of it, which basically you have to collect as many cards as possible from sets that have already been redeemed. And with those certain cards, you'll see the points for each rarity of cards, and by the time that you add up all the points, whoever's in the top 333 will get a redeemable. And they did confirm that there is going to be a 3-month period until I believe June to where you can get as many cards as possible before a redemption period happens, where then you have 1 month, just like regular redeemable Pops, to obtain that 333 piece Freddy Funko as Drop Monster. I am going to assume that when you add your cards in, your card will officially be burned. It will not be existent when it becomes points within the Drop Arcade. But the question I want to know is how many people are really going to burn their 1-of-1 cards that are worth 100,000 points? That's as best as I'm going to be able to explain it with the little knowledge I know about the Drop Arcade, but I hope that explains it for you. Funko had showed off a company investor presentation, which I'm not going to go into the description about all of these because there's so much to go through when it comes to this, but there are some highlights that people had pointed out. One thing that people definitely pointed out was the fact of a new licensor coming, which is Silent Hill, as it was shown for new licenses. Another thing that not a lot of people are talking about, but was pointed out here, is that in 2025, Mexico and Europe are going to be getting Pop Yourself, which I'm actually very happy about this considering that Funko Europe has been around for much longer than, let's say, the Canada portion of Funko.com, where us Canadians are able to pop ourselves and get it shipped to Canada, but somehow Funko Europe had never gotten that treatment, which is a little bit surprising since Funko Europe has been around for almost as long as Funko.com itself. And I know a thing that people had pointed out also was the fact in the section where it shows about different products of Funko sodas, and it has a lot of people thinking maybe Funko sodas are not dead after all. Today I wanted to give a shout out to Sentinel 107, and the reason I'm giving them a shout out is because they signed up for our YouTube channel membership, which only cost $1.99 a month, which not only do you get a shout out on every single video, but you also get a bunch of other perks like using custom emojis in the comments, and more importantly, early access to every videos and shorts that we do on this channel. So definitely consider joining our YouTube channel membership. It'll be greatly appreciated and will help out this channel tremendously, especially because of how expensive these videos can be to do for you guys. So definitely consider, but nonetheless, let's continue on with this video. Hot Topic had announced their own exclusive Diamond Collection Harley Quinn. I'm not surprised about this because one of the biggest things that Hot Topics likes to release as terms their own exclusive is Diamond Collection Pops, along with like Hello Kitty Pops and Blacklight Pops, so not surprised about this. And the last announcement before our usual top 5 list I'm going to be discussing about is the Fanatics exclusive Rowdy Roddy Pop Piper for the WWE lineup. Now, this is a pretty decent pop, obviously a much better updated mold of Roddy Piper compared to that original Target exclusive. But now, kicking off the usual top 5 list, coming in at number 5 is the Freddy Funko as Drop Monster for specifically Season 1. All of these pops are pretty cool, but I like the colorway of the Season 1 version much better. Coming in at number 4 on my list is Dina Fox from Superstore. Dina was my favorite character in Superstore. She was absolutely entertaining, and let me tell you, if Funko ever plans on doing Sexy Cop Dina as a pop, I may have to fork up about 1, maybe 17 of them for my collection. Coming in at number 3 on my list is the exclusive Bloody Dexter. Now, I say exclusive because, of course, it has that QR code sticker. It doesn't specify where it's exactly being exclusive to. Coming in at number 2 on my list is Carl Weezer from Jimmy Neutron. I've already mentioned how amazing this pop is. I feel like it was definitely needed to have Carl as the next pop for Jimmy Neutron that isn't Jimmy Neutron himself. And coming in at number 1 on my list is Sheen Estevez from Jimmy Neutron. Absolutely perfect down to the last minute detail if it was Homelander reviewing this pop.